Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go! Hey! Oh, God damn! Hey! Oh, man! Hey!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we get into one of the records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. We're also going to start this episode with our top 10 favorite Sum 41 songs because we forgot to do it during the rankings episode. So we're going to start with that as well. But my name is Tyler. Way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, you smash that subscribe button, dude. That's what the kids say. So let's just get through our top 10 favorite Sum 41 songs right now, and then we'll get into all killer, no filler, because that's the Sum 41 record we're doing this week. So what do you got, Jeff? Your number 10 through 1, Sum 41. Go.
Okay, so like this was tough. It could have been a Sum 41 top 41 list. There's so many bangers. This is just this week. This is just me now. My number 10, Heart Attack from All Killer. We'll get into that later on. That chorus is unfucking real. Grab the Devil by the Horns and F him in the B from Half Hour Power. Medley song. Mr. Amsterdam, I don't think we're actually going through and talking about every song. I think we're just running through them. Okay.
Yeah, run through them.
Mr. Amsterdam from Infected. No Reason from Chuck. Dave's Possessed Hair from Half Hour. Still Waiting. Why am I? Just Infected. In Too Deep. Killer. Thanks for Nothing. Infected. Bitter End. Chuck. Best Song. Easy. Fat Lip. All Killer. Done.
Okay. Number 10, Fake My Own Death from 13 Voices, right? Yeah, 13 Voices. Number 9, Welcome to Hell from Chuck. Number 8, Open Your Eyes from Chuck as well. 7, Pain for Pleasure from All Killer No Filler. Number 6, We're All to Blame from Chuck's. Number 5, Summer from All Killer No Filler. Number 4, Summer. Makes No Difference. I fucking love Summer. Number 4, Makes No Difference from Half Hour of Power. Number 3, Still Waiting from Infected. Number 2, The Bitter End from Chuck. And then number 1, Fat Lip, All Killer No Filler, which we'll get into. So, yeah, there you go. Those are our top 10 favorite Sum 41 songs. And hope you guys enjoyed. So get into that. Now we're going to get into the album, All Killer No Filler. Let's start with our origin story with Sum 41, and then we'll get into our first impressions of the record, and then we'll start breaking it down from there. So what do you got, origin story? Go.
The earliest thing I remember from Sum 41 was the Fat Lip video, and I cannot, I was beside myself that there was another pop punk band of the era that was not named Blink-182 that put out something so fucking good. But even then, I was still like, this is kind of fucking cool, because MTV would play the clip beforehand within the liquor store, and like, disaster, microphone master. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is this hip hop? This what is happening here?
This is Beastie Boys?
This is Beastie Boys? Is this something? What is this? And then I went into the and I immediately, I mean, not that time, but next time I came on, I recorded it, and that one went on both my recorded VHS tapes. It was on my hip hop one as well as my pop punk VHS tape that I had. But I think that's my earliest memory of the Sums, the Sum 41s. Was
Green Day 75s.
Was All Killer or Fat Lip.
Fat Lip, got it.
Fat Lips.
Yeah, that was also my origin story. That was the first thing I saw MTV. It was one of those songs I've never heard anything like it. It was just so weird. These guys were just fucking young. They weren't as young as us, obviously. We were like, what were we, 14, maybe 15 years old? 2001, so we were 14.
14.
So these guys were just a little bit older than us, but they were doing, like in the video for Fat Lip, they were doing shit that we would do, you know, just fucking around with our friends, doing perfect shit with our friends.
Perfect time.
Yeah,
it was, exactly.
And then the music on top of it encapsulated so much of the pop punk of the era, and then even hip hop. And I wasn't like a hip hop kid at all, really, at the time, outside of like a couple Eminem songs. But yeah, it blew me away, and I was obsessed. And once again, I mean, and along with you, I recorded this on a VHS tape, the whole thing, the rap at the beginning, the song Fat Lip, and then the Pain for Pleasure part at the end.
Oh, the Pain for Pleasure part too. I forgot there was a whole thing. If you're
it
lucky, you got the whole
thing.
thing.
It was the 3 thing. Yeah, so
they didn't always do all 3 though.
No, they didn't. No, they did not. But they usually always did the rap at the beginning of the liquor store and the Fat Lip part. But yeah, you were lucky if you got the Pain for Pleasure. But I had all 3 on my tape. And friend of the pod, Sean, and I, man, we just watched this video just on fucking repeat, man. I can't even tell you how many times I watched this video. I could like watching it again several times this week. I just remember seeing all the faces in the background, all the people's faces in the background, and thinking, oh yeah, I have like a memory of that person, even though I'd never met them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I remember seeing all of these faces of these people I don't even know.
I've written down my favorite parts or my favorite people in the video and what they are doing. I wrote those down.
I remember pinpointing all like the really hot girls in the video too.
Of course.
Got to do that.
Well,
Got to
get
do
there
that.
too.
So, yeah, that's my origin story and first impressions of this one. I mean, what do you think on this one?
I go up and down between like this is a perfect pop punk record and then like All Killer No Filler does. I do think this has some filler. What really did it was Prague week, Prague season. It wasn't tough, but it was kind of tough. It took a lot. And I'm not saying it wasn't fun because the whole point of this thing that we do this is to enjoy new bands and expand our horizons a little bit. Hopefully our listeners do the same. I know most of them do, except for one person doesn't expand their horizons very often. I don't want to mention names, but we'll skip over that. But also when we were at your house and we were listening to Half Hour, that was a good one, huh? Look, yeah. And then when we were spinning vinyl to your house, and then we put on All Killer, and then Heart Attack came on, and something like just sitting there, I was like, my God, dude, the song's like it's whatever. It's my 3B, by the way, but it's kind of like a whatever song. But I'll tell you, dude, that chorus is unreal. Yeah. It hits so hard, and I was just like, dude, these guys can write good fucking music. And then coming back home and then getting out of Prague season. Like I spun these records like 3 times, like 2 nights in a row. I went fucking front to back. I went Half Hour Power to Chuck, 2 nights in a row, just fucking because I couldn't get enough of it. It's just pure fun.
No, it is. I mean, right now I have or this week I listened to 3 of these on vinyl. All Killer, Does It Look Infected, and then Chuck. Those are the 3 I have on vinyl right now. But then I listened to several of them multiple times on Spotify and stuff too. But yeah, my first impression of All Killer, this could go down as like a top 5, maybe top 3 greatest pop punk record of all time. There is the heaviness on this record, but this is through and through a pop punk record. I mean, down to the melodies, the guitar playing, almost everything on here is pop punk. Like it just bleeds fucking pop punk, but in the best fucking way. This is like how Enema of the State or Take Off Your Pants and Jacket from Blink-182, how those are just like perfect pop punk records. You can't fuck with them. You know, Dookie from Green Day. I mean, you can argue maybe that's maybe not a pop punk record, but you know, just perfect through and through. And this is also one of those records. I mean, you cannot deny that this is just. There's literally nothing there. I mean, there's even like the one kind of dud song. It's still really fucking catchy. It's more mid-tempo, but you know, whatever. It's Handle This. That's the song I'm referring to. That's my least favorite song on here, and it's the only like really mid-tempo song on here. That's the closest thing to a ballad, but even then, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
It's There, dude, this is not. I think I have 7. No, I have 8 bangers.
Okay,
I
got 12. So,
did you count Handle This or did you count the intro?
I did not count Introduction to Destruction.
So even Handle This is a banger.
This is still a good song,
God, dude. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy.
It's still
boy.
a banger, dude.
Okay,
all
we're getting wild here.
So let's get into this. Let's because we're not going to do this like Prague season. We're not going to go, song by song and break it down because there are fucking 13 songs on here, not 4.
And these lyrics are
So,
superficial as fuck.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like because you and I read the Derek Whibley book. We both finished it a couple weeks ago, and the way that Derek Whibley talks about the songs and because he claims that he writes everything, like literally everything, but then we'll get into like how I kind of don't believe that, and it makes you think like, oh, these lyrics are gonna be like fucking deep. They're gonna be really good, and honestly, they are very superficial. But, in Derek's defense, he was like 18, 19 years old when he wrote these lyrics and all. And he's never claimed to be a lyricist. And he even says like he doesn't like this record that much. Like he doesn't understand why people like this record that much. But it's Derek Whibley. So
That's just that's what people say when like they try hard to write something and it sucks. But then the stuff that it comes naturally because they're having fun is like a beyond banger.
Yes, exactly. All right. So what's your favorite song on here? I think we have the same favorite song.
Yeah, it's Fat Lip. Fat Lip is the best song on here. Fat Lip is their best song. I've said for many years, I think Fat Lip is the best pop punk song that has ever been written.
You have said that for a long time. Yeah.
I do. I think it's a. You can't. Fat Lip would not be the best pop punk song of all time if it wasn't for the pop part, right? Don't count on me. You have to have that.
You know when.
That's the do like the little fucking 3 count in by Cone. Dude, it's an amazing part. I like that part a lot, but that brings the pop into this otherwise punk metal heavy aggressive song. Whoa! And I do think it's the goat of pop punk songs. I think a close second would be like "What's My Age Again" is probably an easy number 2.
Yeah, I would agree. And with Fat Lip, another thing with Fat Lip is that there's so many different things going on. I mean, you have this, I would say honestly, an iconic riff that dum 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 bam bum 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 bam. It's so the riff just by itself is catchy as hell and simple. It's just
metal.
So simple.
It's metal.
And then except slowed down a lot, yeah. And then you get the verses with the rapping between the 3 guys, between Derek, Dave, and Steve-O, the guitarist, drummer, and singer. And then you're like, what the fuck is this? And then it drops into like almost very kind of thrashy almost.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the big chorus that I don't want to waste my time. It's like it was like a Disney movie. Like what is going on? And then like you said in the bridge starts first like with like this that bana, and then Steve was hitting the big fucking crashes and just it's loud, it's big, and then dead quiet. And then the clean guitar
just
comes
like
in.
an easy chord shape, right?
Soft
Arpeggiate the chord,
yeah.
just right? Whoa!
And then Steve will go and then it just breaks into another chorus. Like what the fuck, man?
It's just it
extends the bridge, but
every transitional part is explosive. Every part is huge. It's chaotic. Everything moves around so much too. Like the chord structure, the guitar chord progression in the chorus isn't just he's not playing 3 chords. It's like fucking 6 7 different things that he's doing. The ding to ding to ding 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 to ding 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 ding. Like there's like 6 7 different chords.
It's very kind of like Noodles from The Offspring.
Yes, it is.
Let's play a lot of fucking power chords.
Yeah,
but let's
Noodles
play
does that
fast.
shit really really
he
really
loves
well.
that shit.
He does.
But Noodles plays the songs a lot faster. That's the thing. He'll throw like 7 or 8 chords into like a 1 bar, or like 2 bars, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck did I just listen to? But it's very very Noodles.
You know it smells like shit. God damn, tag team. What song is that?
Oh,
Tag team. The
Original Prankster.
Yeah,
Original Prankster. Yeah.
that's the one in the chorus. Like, like he's whatever. He's playing the main like melody in chord format and just sliding, and it just sounds so fucking smooth. But you're right. This is very Noodles from The Offspring like, and how they approach the chord progression here, the chord structure. But yeah, dude, it's bouncy. It's fucking fun. It's rooted in hip hop. That's very metal. Slow down, obviously, but like those little. And Iron Maiden does all the fucking time, right? Because they have a good bass player and 2 pretty good guitarists, and so when they're dueling on the guitar all the time, like
Three guitar players.
It's true.
3.
It's rooted in metal. The main riffage in the verse is also I think it's a fun nod to like the dueling guitars from the metal era of the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. The good old fashioned breakdown, dude. Like everyone gets a line, everyone gets to sing, everyone gets to say stupid shit, and it's just, how do we end it, right? Let's chug it out to the last chorus. Fuck it. Quick little build. I don't want to wait. Yeah, perfect fucking pop punk song.
I know.
I still think it's a GOAT pop punk song.
I mean, yeah, you could argue this could be easily be a top 5 pop punk song of all time. Easily.
Let's go.
Maybe top 3. Yeah. I don't know.
It's for sure top 3, dude.
Yeah, it's possible. It's really fucking good. And also Derek said in the book and in interviews too that this song was something that he had been working on for months, but he had all these parts, but he knew that all the parts were going to be in one song, but he didn't know how to structure it. He didn't know how to put it all together and make it something cohesive. And he worked on it for months and months and months. And then one day it just,
of course, the last minute,
it just fucking came to be. I know
the fourth quarter, the bottom of the ninth.
Isn't that always the story with
heard that
all
story
these
a million
bands?
times?
Yeah, with Blink, Blink did their What's My Age Again, all the
dude.
small things. They did their rock show and First Date, and the day before the record was due.
I Miss You. They went in separate rooms. Like, there's all these.
I know. There's always these grand stories of how it happened at the last minute. Fat Lip, is the same thing. He just had been working on it for months, and then all of a sudden it clicked at the very end.
And he didn't even think it was good. He's like, I'll bring it, whatever. Maybe we'll do something with it. And the band was like, yeah, it's pretty good actually. Like, okay, boys, all right. I don't mind the lore. Like that's it's fun to talk about. That's, it makes things more interesting. I don't mind the lore, but we're not gonna sit there and pretend like it's fucking real, right? That's silly.
I know, right?
That's silly boy talk.
Also, this song. So we did mention earlier too that in the book, Derek Whibley's book, he talks about like he wrote everything and like all his songs, and he never really talks about like the recording of any of the records, at least from the perspective of the other members. It's all like, I did everything. Like I wrote everything. I was in the studio day and night. I did this, I did that. But he barely ever brings up anybody else.
Yeah.
Maybe Dave every once in a while, but barely brings up anybody else. But if you look at the credits to this song, to Fat Lip, 3 of the guys, Whibley, Steve-O, and then Dave, are all credited as songwriters. So, I mean, a lot of that probably has to do with the rap section of it, but still,
also,
Whibley acts like this is like straight up his song. He did everything, and it's like, come on, guys.
I always think of it in like legal terms, like circumstantial evidence, right? People go to jail for circumstantial evidence so long as it's beyond a reasonable doubt, right? 2 people walk into a room, one person walks out, and the guy that was left in the room is now dead. Like, bro, obviously you killed that fucking guy. There's no one else in there.
Yeah.
Circumstantial evidence. I didn't see you do it. But when we see like Underclass Hero and we see Screaming Bloody Murder and we hear fucking solid choruses, dude. They're still good choruses, but they don't have any of the guitar parts like Fat Lip does. And so you mean to tell me that was you and you just somehow lost it for some reason at the same exact time that Dave left the band? My God.
Which and we didn't talk about this on the rankings episode at all, but after Dave left, he was replaced by a guy named Tom Thacker. He was the guitar player for Gob, which is a very, very, very popular punk band, especially in Canada. It's massive in Canada. And he joined the band, he replaced Dave, and then when Dave came back, he stayed in the band still. So there was 2 lead guitar players. Yeah. And actually Tom Thacker is a really good metal guitar player. Like he's really fucking good. Honestly, he's probably better technically than Dave is. But, once Dave left and they did Underclass Hero and Screaming Bloody Murder, the heaviness was gone, and I think Derek was just like, this is essentially my band. I'm writing everything. Like, Tom, I like you. You're great in this band, but you're not gonna have any songwriting capabilities within this band. Like, no riffing from you, no metal from you. Almost like this was like a jab toward Dave. Like, you kind of screwed me, screwed our friendship. You left me. And now I want no metal in my music, and he just kind of left it at that. But it's like Tom has the chops. Tom is a good guitar player. He could absolutely do. He could do what Dave does easily, but just it never happened until Dave came back. Until there was that other person pushing Derek.
And I
Tom
think,
never pushed him. I mean, obviously he didn't push him, but then Dave does when Dave comes back.
But I think it's different because in Derek's book, he mentions how he's always, for some reason, looking for approval from Steve-O. Like for some reason, everybody always wants Steve-O's approval, and he doesn't quite mention it, but he talks about Dave a lot. And in the early days, remember, Dave didn't want to join this band. He thought they were fucking a joke. Dave wanted to play metal music. He wanted to play Iron Maiden covers. And these guys were a bunch of jokesters that played stupid fucking pop punk music, and Dave had no interest in doing it. And they basically had to beg him, and it only was until after they lost their guitarist that, like, please, bro, join our band, that he reluctantly joined. And so it's like Derek also probably wants approval from Dave. And when Dave left for personal reasons, and Derek was pretty
burnt out,
pretty like emotional in the book about it. Like, yeah, I fucked up on that one. I probably should have pushed a little bit harder or whatever, or taken a break from the band or whatever. So like, I did feel for him there, but you can't, dude, you just can't fucking sit here and tell me that you're the main songwriter, and then when like your best guitarist leaves the band, your records turn to shit. Like, I'm sorry, I don't fucking believe you. I don't believe.
And then when
you.
he comes back, the records get better.
They get so much better.
I know.
You know, like,
It's yeah. And again, I mean, maybe in his defense, he could say, well, I started writing for Dave. Like, I started writing songs that would appease him, which that may be true. Sure. But come on. I mean,
sure.
Then Dave is still, I mean, then at that point, Dave is still just as important. Whether or not he may or may not add to the songwriting, his presence in the band pushes Derek to write heavier songs.
You're trying to Dave. You're trying to impress Dave. You're looking for appreciation or confirmation from Dave.
Yeah.
And like, get fucked, bro. Like, Dave was good to begin with, and in Derek's book he talked about like, oh, Dave needed a couple albums to get better. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Half Hour Power, he's already fucking good. No. By the time we hit Infected and then fucking shit, dude, Chuck, Dave is unreal in Chuck, but he was already good in Half Hour of Power.
I mean, I get he's not Eddie Van Halen good, but I mean,
by the time we hit Chuck, though,
he's a solid like, metal guitar player. He's a solid
really,
metal guitar
really,
player.
really good.
Yeah,
like in a top 100 best metal guitarists of all time. Like, Dave could be in a top 100 of best metal guitarists of all time.
Yeah,
by the time we hit Chuck.
Yeah, if he like put out like a proper metal record, I know like after he quit Sum 41, he put together a band, like a metal band with
Brown Sounds or Browns, or
something like that. And it's whatever, it's fine. But I think if he got like a proper band together, I think they could have made some. He could have made some really cool metal songs. But
he just like he has a firm understanding of like that new wave of British metal, and he clearly really loves 80s metal. He loves heavy metal and like the Pain for Pleasure stuff, right? Like that kind of alter ego band song. Like, Dave slays, dude. Dave slays. Just everything about it. Not just the solos, but like the chugging, like we talked about, the chord shapes, like everything he does. It's so goddamn good. So yes. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Derek Whibley's the main songwriter of this band, even though he gets credit for it, which I do think this is Derek's band, essentially.
Yeah, it
that's
really
just
is.
That happens with every singer, front man in the band. It's your band.
And honestly, I don't want to talk too much shit on him because I did really enjoy his book. There were a lot of really, really great stories about the band.
He's so fucking nice.
He's so nice. He's way too fucking nice.
That's Canadian, right? That's Canadian.
Yeah, no, it is very Canadian. Yeah, it's very Canadian. But the only actually one last negative thing I'm gonna have to say about Derek is that nothing ever seemed to be his fault. Everything was somebody else's fault. It was Avril who was distant and doing this and doing that when they toward the end of their relationship. It was Steve-O who was being such an asshole, and Steve-O doing this, and Cone following along with Steve-O and not having Derek's back, and Dave who was being distant but not Derek being distant. It was always Derek. I don't want to say he wasn't playing the victim, but it was always somebody else's fault for whatever, outside of like the drinking and all that. And like when he almost died, he obviously that was his fault, and he said it was his fault. But when it came to just about anything else, it's everybody else's fault.
He was very good about you're right, not playing the victim, but I don't know. Sometimes I even like the drinking thing too. And he's like, really, I'm in an intervention here, and everybody around me probably had like 3 or 4 beers, and they're telling me I can't drink anymore, but they drink more than I do, and they're shittier about it. And then after the intervention was done, they all started drinking, and I didn't. And I was just like, damn, maybe like everybody really did take advantage. And like really, by Derek's account too, there's always 2 sides to a story. But by Derek's account, like everybody in his life really did kind of take advantage of him. And the sad, like I think the most sad thing that he said in the book was when he was like, oh, when I started up, I always thought like, oh, like watch out for big labels, like the record labels, they're going to take advantage of you, and the corporate lawyers are going to fuck you in the ass. He's like, in the end, it was my best friends.
Yeah,
I was like,
right? Yeah, I know that was really really
dude.
sad too. But then you also hear it time and again where it's like somebody who's has a lot of money, who's famous, and their friends are just leeching off of them, and then the friend just cuts them off, and then those people just leave. They just fucking disappear.
Gone.
They ghost them. Yeah. And the toughest one was, I forgot the guy's name. It was like one of his really good friends from when he was like 7 years old and grew up with this kid. And he was Derek's assistant for like 15 years. And then when Derek stopped partying because he had to stop because he was almost died, Derek found out that he was like running his credit card up and buying cars and buying just watches and just expensive ass shit. And he cut him off completely. Just said like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And the guy got mad at Derek for saying that, and tried to like turn it on Derek. And then he just fucking ghosted Derek at that point.
So
fucking
bad.
left. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's fucked.
Dude, Derek just seemed like a kid. Obviously, we read the book, so now we're going to talk a lot about the book. So,
Yeah,
fuck off, everybody else. It really did. It really did seem like Derek was a kid who grew up lower middle class / poor, and all he ever wanted to do was just be in like a punk rock band and play punk rock music with his friends. If he made money, great. If he didn't, great. He had a good time doing it. And according to his book, he did put in a lot of work. He did really, really try. These guys seem like they really tried too.
Yeah.
Right? They even talked about like how they were stealing from their employer, and they took all that money they were stealing, they were embezzling from their employer, and they took that money for Battle of the Bands, and like the way Battle of the Bands worked in Canada is you whoever sold the most tickets got the headlining slot, right? And so all they did was just they bought all the tickets themselves and then gave them out for free to random people and their friends, and then hired like a bus, like a charter bus, to pick up all the said people and then bring them to Battle of the Bands. And they were still given like the opening slot, even after like selling out. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, they got fucked over. Yeah.
And that was just like par for the course, because it really does seem like Sum 41 was overshadowed for so fucking long until like Chuck. Really, they were just overshadowed for so fucking long.
By so many different things, because even before All Killer and Half Hour came out, they were touring. Like, they weren't like extensively touring prior to Half Hour, but they were still a band for like 3 years before that, playing a lot of Canadian gigs, playing with Treble Charger, opening up for Treble Charger, which we'll get into that band and Greg Norrie and all that. But you know, they had quite a bit of a following up in Canada. And even New York too, for a while, because they're from Toronto area. And so yeah, it's not like they were like a Linkin Park where all of a sudden they were essentially a band put together by a label and then they were thrown out there. But no, they were doing shit for years before it, and then they got picked up by Island Def Jam, and the Island Def Jam said, "Well, you don't have enough experience under your belt, so quickly make this EP, the Half Hour of Power, put this out, tour for a year, then you'll make All Killer No Filler." And that's what they did. And they just, at that point, they did that giant US tour for that year, and they fucking grinded the whole fucking time in a van across the US.
They played like 300 shows a year.
Yeah. It's insane. Like, bands nowadays don't, I mean, I don't think they do that. You never really hear like bands
nowadays
grinding
300
like that.
fucking shows a year. That's crazy.
I think it's few and far between, especially bands that make it big nowadays. They're not playing 300 shows. No way. But
I mean, the circuit itself isn't made for that anymore either. Like, you can't do that. It's just not. It's not feasible. It's not cost effective. And these guys are like, and like at some point, right? Like in the early days, their car's breaking down, and they're like, "Fuck, man, do we just sleep in the fucking gutter, or do we call our parents?" And like that was like a decision they had to make over the course of like 2 days. And eventually, they did call their parents, and their parents wired them some money or something to give enough gas or to fix their car or some shit just to get home. But like they were all in. They were all in,
which is great. I mean, those are the kind of stories. Yeah, you got to respect it. I love hearing that shit. All right, so let's we've got a little bit off topic here.
Back to, well, it's on topic.
You're right. Okay, yeah, it is.
We're going to talk a lot about Derek's book here because that's like everyone's heard this record, but not everyone has read Derek's book. So the anecdotes that we take from Derek's book are probably more beneficial to the episode than talking about these songs that everyone's heard 1,000 times.
And also these songs, it's like, oh, well, this one's really catchy. This one has a really cool riff.
Yeah,
the vocal melody is really fucking cool.
There's not much depth here.
Yeah, we could do that with. I mean, I have almost no notes written. I have almost no notes written for these songs because one, I know the songs really well.
Yeah.
And two, there's not much to write about because once again, the lyrics, they're superficial. I mean, for Fat Lip, I mean, I doubt you really have anything for this one, right?
My notes are in the lyrics department are bare bones, and he's not. Yeah. Like when we talk about Blink, like Mark and Tom are witty songwriters. They are good songwriters, not just like melodically, but they write just good lyrics. They write good lyrics. Yeah,
both of them do.
That flow, that rhyme in kind of quirky ways that are unique to themselves, right? Mark has a specific style. Tom has a specific style. When they write together, that's its own specific style. It's just Derek here writing lyrics, and they're not bad, but they're very like teenage boy diary, kind of like, that's pretty elementary.
But once again, this is their first record. They were like 19. Maybe his lyrics got better as time went on. They probably did, honestly. Because, if you look back at Blink, if you look at Buddha, Cheshire Cat, the lyrics aren't very... I mean, they're witty and dumb and fun and stupid, but they're not super... I mean, honestly, actually, I take it back. They are a lot deeper than what goes on this record. I do take that back, actually.
Yeah.
They're a lot better than the lyrics on this one.
And like we're essentially comparing this to like Enema of the State, right? Like we're comparing this to Enema of the State. That's Toy Patch
Toy Patch,
super specific.
Even Dude Ranch,
but like this Toy Patch compared to this lyrically, like come on, it's not
Toy Patch is like
night and day,
leaps and bounds. Yeah,
not even close.
Yeah. So Fat Lip. Let's wrap up this song.
We're gonna talk about the video. We're gonna talk the video.
That's what the video. So the video was actually I didn't know this until I read the book, but the video was filmed in Pomona, California.
Pomona.
You and I talk about Pomona a lot because we like to keep the pod a little bit hyper local.
Sure.
Pomona is where my favorite venue is. I think your favorite venue as well, the Glass House.
That's my favorite venue.
Favorite concert venue in Pomona. Shit town. Not a good city at all.
It's just
but
like
it
one
has
of those towns
the
that
best
like
venue.
Got skipped over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
even though it has like a very popular college.
Even like Cal Poly, people go to Cal Poly because they can't get into like a good college. Yeah. I'm sure Cal Poly's
it's
great.
Still good college. It's still a good college, though.
Calm down, Annie Painter. Like I'm sure Cal Poly's great.
Calm down, Aaron O'Connell.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm sure Cal Poly's great, but like really, like if you don't go to UCLA, you're gonna go to Cal Poly. So whatever. But like it's a college town that like we're not really
with no nightlife, no nightlife at all.
But yeah, I didn't know that either. That it was filmed in Pomona, and I didn't know that it was just. And for whatever reason, Derek was like, "Oh yeah, we have a huge following in Pomona." Like I don't know why, but we do. And so we decided to film our video in Pomona, and we just
were playing at the Glass House.
Well, they said they were going to do a video first, and if you come to the video shoot, then you'll get into the Glass House show afterwards for free. Mm-hmm. Like we're doing a show afterwards that you can go to, and so they just said, I hope people show up, and people showed up, and he said that it was just, and you can look it up too, because a lot of like these like the Good Charlotte video, a lot of the videos where it's just like a lot of people. There's a lot of cameos and stuff. There's none here. It's just random people showing up, and there was no rules. And I wrote down a lot of my favorite parts. There were no rules here, and so everything you saw that happened in the video, like happened in real time. Like they didn't plan it out. So like some of my favorite parts, the haircut, like the haircut part where that chick is a haircut, and like why the fuck are you?
They just shaved her head.
So
completely
ugly.
Shaved her head.
So like who brought razor? Right? Like someone's like, I'm gonna bring a fucking razor. Like, why would you even do that? That's so bizarre.
What it probably was, like they were all like they were all probably drinking, getting fucked up at the shoot, and then like, I'll pay so and so $100 that they shave their head. If a chick shaves her head, like go get a fucking razor or whatever. Go get a
clippers.
Clippers. Go get clippers at the store, and somebody goes fucking runs to the store and grabs some clippers. That's probably what it was.
That liquor store probably sold some fucking clippers or something.
Yeah, because there's that whole little liquor store part. Yeah. Where. Not where they're rapping, but where they're where they're dancing,
hanging
in
out,
front of the
dancing in
liquor
the
store.
little circle. There's three locations: the skate park, there's the liquor store, and then there's just the house, right? The neighborhood that they're in, goofing off in. And I think they're all in the same. They're all in Pomona, probably very, very close to each other. Very, very DIY, but also, so yeah, like the haircut, the goose. When I think
yes,
Cone
the
gets
goose. Yeah.
why is there a goose there? Who brought a goose?
I don't
Why
know.
is
Brought
and
a
he's like
goose.
he's like wrangling it like this and it's flapping. What? Why? like fucking Steve Carell with the grenade and Anchorman. Like, why does he have a grenade? Like, why do you have a goose? What is going on there?
I know.
Also, the dancing, like that's
All
so
the choreographed
fucking
dancing.
early 2000s, dude. The dancing is so. And I remember, just to keep it even more hyper local and personal and specific, but I remember me, Ronald, and Joe, bored at times at my mom's house in Buena Park. We would do this. We had, like on our street, the San Rafael street, we would walk into traffic and make cars stop on the one-way street and then do some type of dance and then just leave and then walk out. It would take like 10 seconds and we'd have some kind of choreographed dance because of this video. We're like, oh, we should do that.
Yeah. Because you're 14, yet you're fucking bored. No
Bored.
proper internet. Nothing.
No.
Like, no cell phones. And
Been
nothing.
outside
You're fucking bored.
dicking around all day skating, but like we're not that good, so like it gets kind of boring after a while. And like, yeah, let's do something else now. Let's choreograph a dance. And no one ever honked. No one ever said, "Get the fuck out of this shit." Everyone kind of like laughed and clapped and drove by like, "That was good." You know, like it was so stupid. God damn, the early 2000s were good times. Pre 9/11. God bless. And also like
this is after 9/11.
the mocking. I think this came out before 9/11 actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The mocking the police, like the kid.
Dude, that was so funny. The gutter punk kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like getting right in his face too. Like I always just love that part. Like, damn, that's so punk. You know, the 13-year-old me. Oh, it's so fucking punk, dude. Hell yeah. The one girl peeing next to the dumpster.
Yeah, the dumpster. Yeah. And then the other girl's
She's like this?
No. Yeah, another girl's like, no.
And I looked. I was like, dude, I wonder like if that girl peeing is ever like, yeah, that's me. You know, it's like the Hawktua girl or some shit. Like, yeah, that was the girl peeing by the dumpster. But I couldn't find anything about that girl peeing. But so cool. And then like the last thing that I always loved was the robot skating, but specifically when he fell and hit his fucking face on the half pipe.
Oh yeah.
That's like my favorite part. I was like, oh, dude, that's so real because he hits his fucking like bam right in the half pipe. God damn!
And then there's the boy, like he's probably 10 years old, and then he has the two older chicks, and he has his arms around him.
Yeah, he's all like, yeah,
for sure. It's like, come on, man, that shit's. I mean, it's so stupid. It's so weird.
But
you
you
it's
know,
so
like
of its
they're
time.
like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, you should like get your arms around those girls. Like, okay, we'll do that because this
These
is the
hot
early
blonde
2000s,
girls,
and they're all
these hot
fucking 15
these hot
years
punker
old.
blonde girls. Yeah, so dumb.
good, dude.
And also, so like I mentioned earlier with the Fat Lip video, I mean, friend of the pod, Sean, and I, we used to watch this video, I can't even, hundreds of times, like not even joking, hundreds of times. And there was this one girl I remember too, the band was playing. She was in only like maybe like 4 or 5 shots, but she's like right behind the band and she's laying on the half pipe. She has these sunglasses on and she's kind of like looking over, like
She's
tapping her
she's
toe,
taking
like,
the whole half pipe though. No one can skate next to her.
And she's like, it's like, she's so fucking hot. She's like so fucking hot. And I thought, damn, dude, that is the girl to be with. Because she doesn't give a fuck. She's cute as hell. She's wearing sunglasses. Like
she's blocking everybody's path.
She's blocking everybody's path. Just chilling, watching the band from behind. And I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. That, and then also in the video, when they're in front of the liquor store at night, and there's the old Indian guy dancing with them, like they taught him to dance,
and he has the white ass hair and like the fucking vest on,
and he's like having a blast. Dude.
He's having smiles fucking ear to ear.
He probably owns that liquor store that they're dancing in.
He's probably so scared too.
I mean, yeah, it's Pomona.
Pomona
in the early 2000s is like, Pomona's not, even now, like in 2026,
it's not
Pomona's
great.
Not a great area at all. There's a lot of like sketchy shit that happens there.
And in a time where like this production company is probably not like paying for insurance for this, and in case any damages happen, and I'm sure these kids aren't paying for anything when they go to a liquor store anyway.
So there's that, and then there was the rumor for years that the Indian dude was actually Dave's dad. And he always had to say like, no, that's not my dad. Just because he's Indian, he's not my dad. So that that is not Dave Brown Sound's dad.
Well, also the fact that like there's only 2 people in this entire video that are not white. One is Dave.
That's true.
The other is that Indian guy. Otherwise, this perfectly encapsulates this like suburban white kid. I don't know, era of the early 2000s, the skate punk aesthetic, right? Baggy clothes. And, I don't know. It's a good fucking video.
Yeah,
dude.
the video it's just so fucking fun. It's so nostalgic.
This was one of my favorite videos too, like of this era. Even more than a lot of the Blink videos that came out. This was like a good one.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
I liked
think,
it more
I don't
than
know.
Age Again, Small Things, even Rock Show. I liked Rock Show a lot, but I mean, yeah, no, this is probably one of the better videos for sure.
I would have to like really think about maybe like Intergalactic, that'd be up there for like best videos of this era. That's like 99 or a couple years, but yeah, I don't know. I
Like
really,
99 to 2001, 2002.
I always really enjoyed this video, more than I should have, I guess.
Well, also these guys were younger too. I mean, they were younger than the Blink guys. They were clearly younger than the Beastie Boys. I mean, these guys were the closest in age to us, and they kind of acted like us. I mean, this is before you and I even knew each other. This is like right before you and I met. So, I mean, and I know you got into trouble, and I was getting into trouble at the time too, for just doing dumb shit like pranks and trespassing. Never hurting anybody, but a lot of trespassing.
That's
And
for
it's
sure
just
the
like,
biggest crime that we did continuously, I should say.
yeah, continuous
Was trespassing. Forgive
But,
us if you
yeah,
trespass against us.
But in the end, yeah, Fat Lip just reminded me of me and my friends. That's really what it was. Okay, so we're good with Fat Lip? We all good here with the video, everything else?
Video, everything else, we're good. Yep.
Video, everything else. Okay. So then what's your number 2 banger, your 2B here?
In Too Deep.
In Too Deep. Okay, that's my 5B. 5B, let's get into this.
We're
Another
pretending
single.
It's okay.
Another single, and it's fine. The video for this is funny too, so we'll get into that as well. But
I think the same guy directed both videos.
Did he? Okay.
He also directed Alien Ant Farm's what's it
Movies
called?
or Smooth Criminal? Okay.
Smooth Criminal.
Was it Marco Siega?
No.
No.
It was another guy.
Okay.
Another fucking guy. Another fucking guy.
Another fucking guy.
No, Into Deep's cool. It's I like it a lot. I know it's kind of like almost ballady in a sense, but it's still heavy and fun, right? The fucking dude, this I hate this
your
earplug.
Your
I don't
earbud,
like
you
it.
hate it.
See, I didn't wrap it around the ear, so it constantly falls out. These are the worst. I should have the overhead ones. Overhead.
But you look like a
said that weird
goofball.
overhead ones. I don't give a fucking shit. Anyway, little background vocals things they do, right? One more time. Like those things, I think those are super fun. The big distorted guitars in the second verse, the jan jan, and then, dude, it's a cool guitar solo. Like
It
I love
is.
these little pop punk solos. They're quick, they're fun.
Pock
they're
punk.
just pop punk.
Pock punk.
Like chickens
yes.
pock you. Do
Do they pock you? I don't even think that's a word.
Yeah, they pock you, right?
Pock?
Yeah, like
Peck. Peck.
peck. Oh, they pock you. Pock marks.
They pock you.
Then what is a pock?
Holy.
What is
a
the
pock?
fucking what is Cedric over here? Pock marks full of skin or some shit? Chickens peck, not pock. They
Chickens-
don't pock? Are you sure they don't pock?
No.
I'm like,
They cluck, but they don't pock.
they
No.
clock?
They cluck and they peck, but they don't pock.
I don't know if you're fucking. I don't know if you're if you're cleared to even make these kind of distinctions on chickens anyway.
Dude, I know everything about chickens. So
Anyway, the way I like this song. This song is a banger. Fuck off. It's a good song.
no, it's great. I think just the opening guitar line with the clean guitar that dun, 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 dun. It's weird. It's a little quirky. It just sounds I've never heard a riff that sounds like this. Just that opening, that dun, 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 dun. It's very bouncy, very light sounding, but then it drops into the dun, just big heavy power chords in the choruses. Yeah, and then the guitar solo. It's wanky. It's kind of, I don't want to say Van Halen-esque, but it's very
Van
wanky.
Halen-esque.
A lot of tapping. Yeah, a lot of the tapping. And yeah, okay. So in the book, Derek Whibley's book, Derek says that he wrote the solo and all that, and that it's his thing, and he just showed Dave what to play, and Dave played it on the record. Which, okay, that might be true, but come on. I mean, do we believe this?
No, of course not. We don't believe
this.
I
don't believe it.
Derek's
I like Derek a lot.
Player.
I like
He's a good
Derek
guitar
a
player.
lot.
He can solo. He can shred, but not like Dave can. Not like Dave can.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dave is as good as like Billy Joel. Like he's that good. And Billy Joel, as everybody knows, Billy Joel Osment is really, really good at the guitar. Yes, Billy Joel Osment. He's really, really good at the guitar. Dave is just as good, if not better.
Yes. I agree. Except Billy Joe Armstrong writes incredible songs. Dave doesn't write incredible songs.
That we know
good
of.
Parts. Oh, that we know. Okay, true. Yeah. Take it back.
I've read Dave's book.
That's true. Should read it next. But
does he have a book?
No.
Oh. Didn't think so.
I think Derek's the only one who has a book out of the members of this band. But yeah, In Too Deep, it's just this it's kind of almost like a mid-tempo pop punk track. It's catchy as hell. It's bouncy. And the video's fun too. It's the four of them, just little punker kids, and they're going up against the jocks, and they're going off the high dive, and they're doing dumb shit jumping off the high dive, and it's just really fucking stupid. It's so dumb and so of its time.
Yeah.
Like who thought of the treatment for this video? It's just ridiculous. It's so stupid. And the label fucking put like $1 million into making this video.
For sure.
They went to some high school, some random high school, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna rent out your pool for 2 days, and we're gonna fucking film a video."
Well, they had to hire like professional divers too to do this, right?
Yeah. The extras, the whole crew, the catering, $1 million later. It's like, come on. It's just, it's silly. But the video's fun. It's nostalgic, of course. And then when in the video, when Dave does the guitar solo, it does the old classic like camera trick where he plays the solo backwards, but he's going into the water instead.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It swells.
It swells, and so it looks weird and funky, but it was cute. That whole little thing when he's playing.
It's a killer fucking video. It's amazing. It's funny. It's like you said, it's of its time, but it's not necessarily of its time. It's just of a time where like music videos were fun, and they weren't like too deep or too thought provoking, because this is just pop punk we're talking about here. It's nothing deep about it, but it's just fucking fun, man. Like what happened to music videos just died so fast
because the budget dropped significantly.
Well,
and videos became irrelevant.
The medium also like went away. And it's just, but like here we are now. Like we're in an era where everybody complains about there's no new music that's good anymore. It's like, well, then you don't fucking listen to new music anyway. So why the fuck do you care?
Yeah, it's you don't listen to new music, and you rely on other people to feed you new music.
You don't go to shows,
whether it's the labels or Spotify.
So fuck off.
It's like you and I we try to make a point of like finding new music as much as we can. And going to shows, and sometimes we don't always watch the opening bands, but when we do, sometimes that shit's really fucking good. We're 40 or almost 40 years old, and we still do this shit. So it's like, it's just the laziness of people trying to look for new music or not wanting to look for new music, but then bitch that there's no good music coming out. It's like, yeah, because you're just not being fed by MTV or other media outlets at this point. You don't want to look for it. But it's all there.
We did have it real good though. Like we had so many different festivals for all different genres that you could go to. And like there was hip hop festivals. There was like back when Coachella was dope as fuck. There was a lot of different festivals you could go to and see 20, 30 bands in a day. Yeah. And most of them you never heard before.
But these festivals were also put on by labels, by K-Rock, who K-Rock was being paid by labels to put on these festivals. So and the bands we never heard of
for sure.
Yeah. And then the bands that we hadn't heard of at these festivals were because these were bands that the labels were trying to push onto the stations and MTV and all that kind of shit. But what's also, so we had that when we were in the early 2000s, late 90s. But then we also had a great underground scene. I mean, we've talked about this before so many times, you know, hyper local here in Orange County, LA, where, you know, we had a great punk scene. We had a great metal scene. We had a great metalcore scene within, you know, or just Orange County itself. Like, I've talked about going to fucking warehouse shows with my cousin and see my cousin's band play and watch 10 other punk, like really cool punk bands or like alternative bands just play like all fucking night. And everybody's just getting fucked up and just enjoying, just hanging out, moshing and just fucking each other up. And like, there was the totally two different scenes. There was the big festival scene, and then there was like a very, very strong underground scene. And what I really like seeing, like I've been seeing a lot of videos over the last couple of years where the underground scene is just, I feel like there's this massive resurgence of the underground scene and people just fucking going nuts at this shit. Like that band, the Mainliners that I told you to listen to a couple days ago, like that's another band. These guys are early 20s from LA, but they're putting out really, really, really good punk music, and their shows are insane. So there's a lot of good shit coming out, man. There's a lot of good shit coming out, but there's nobody pushing it. You know, there's no label properly pushing it. There's no MTV anymore. YouTube only pushes what fucking YouTube the algorithm. I mean, I can't even get into that. It's just way more complex.
I wouldn't say there's a lot of good new music coming out, because I do think there's more. It's easier to make mediocre music, and it's easier to make mediocre music and make more money than it is to make good music. Not good music. What the fuck does that even mean? But it's easier to be by yourself and make TikTok worthy music that's more profitable than it is to hit the road on a circuit and try and become a band.
Yeah, true.
But I think that in itself is the problem. Like, Sum 41 wanted to just play a fucking headlining show, and whatever Derek says, who cares, right? But like, he talks about how much money they didn't make for the first 4 fucking records, including Half Hour Power. Like, their best 4, like an incredible run of 4 records over 4 years. They made like no money. And that wasn't the point. That wasn't the initial goal for Sum 41, was to go out and be Blink-182, to be this massive Green Day following band that's going to make $1 billion. They just wanted, like you said, just do hood rat shit with their friends.
Yeah, no. He said that multiple times in the book too. Like, I just wanted to make music. I wanted to play music with my best friends, and I wanted to party. That's all I wanted. I wanted that to be
my job, and I just wanted to survive at it.
And that's literally what they did for like almost 5 years. That's what they did.
And so that mindset alone is gone. Like people now, I think, don't want to just be in a band and slum it because, like, hey, America's expensive. Like, shit's fucking expensive over here. And like, you think you're gonna go like city to city, and with gas prices what they are now, it's not even
not only is it expensive, but it's big.
It's
the
huge.
US is big. So it's like, if you want to do,
you could just tour California and be done with it. But like, California's the fucking worst place to tour in because everything's so goddamn expensive. Yeah. So I think the mindset is just different. Where in the 90s, it was easy to slum it, and people were a little bit more open and accepting to couch surfing, or we didn't look down on gutter punks sleeping in the street or whatever, right? Like the pizza heist, like that was funny in the 90s. Like now that's robbery, and you're going to prison for that. You know what I mean? Like it's a different mindset. Bands now want to make it big. They want to be the next Turnstile, no matter how good they think they are. They don't want to tour. They don't want to grind because there's no money involved. And this is art, bro. There's not supposed to be money involved. If you want money, like, go to the private sector. And that's how it should probably be. You want to make money, go to the private sector. If you want to make a difference, go to the public sector.
But even that.
Rant over.
Okay, so let's move on from In Too Deep. 2B. Oh, we didn't even get into my 2B, huh?
Or not to be.
Yeah, we didn't get into that. So
the question.
Let's get into Summer. Where does this one sit for
That's
you?
your 2B?
That's my 2B. I love Summer. I love Summer. What you hate this song or what? This is on Half Hour of Power, by the way.
I know.
It's really not a B?
No.
Oh my god, dude! This song is so incredibly catchy. It's very Offspring, very Noodles, kind of like chord progression. Come on. And the verse is really cool too, because it has like, it lets the power chords kind of like ring out, like bum ba bum ba bum, like it's just so good. And then it drops into the chorus. And the chorus is so fucking catchy, dude. It's so goddamn good.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa. Come on. The woes, I mean, in 2001, the woes in 2001 are very different from the woes in 2018 until now. You know what I mean?
I love the woes.
Like,
I think the woes are
woes back then were great.
a staple in pop
absolutely
punk.
great.
You have to have woes.
Yeah. I mean, they're so
it sounds
overused
good.
now, but yeah. I think
it's a
Summer
good
is just
song.
incredible.
I think what's fun about this song is it actually does sound like Summer. When you hear this song, I don't know.
It does give you that
reminds
feel, huh?
It reminds me of Summer more than any other song on this record. This reminds me of Summer. It's a perfect summer song. Just camcorder in hand. You're at the beach, dicking around, like, oh, I dare you to fucking pants that dude and run away, right? Like it reminds me of Summer. Yeah. But I don't know. It's a little too basic.
So I will say this. There is a shit ton of nostalgia with this song because friend of the pod, ex-girlfriend of the pod, Jessica, you know Jessica, obviously. I'm still friends with Jessica. Her and I started dating like 6 months before this record came out. And when this record came out, she was so obsessed with it. And Summer was her favorite song on the record.
It's a very girl song to like.
It is. And so, you know, we're freshmen in high school and we're in love. You know what I mean? It's just like, and Jessica and I dated for like 3.5 years. We dated for a long time.
There's like all of high school.
Like most of high school, yeah. Senior year was the only time I was single, and that was a wild year. But yeah, most of high school I dated Jessica, and you know, at the beginning of our relationship, Summer, this was her favorite record. This is her favorite band. This is her favorite song on the record. So there's just so much goddamn nostalgia with this one. She absolutely loved Sum 41. She wore her Sum 41 sweat, her Sum 41 hoodie every day to school. She wore it every day. She fucking loved this band and she loved this song. But in the end, outside of the nostalgia, it is an incredibly catchy song. Incredibly catchy.
Okay. I as a 2B, I think that's wild. If you had put it like a 5 or a 6, I would have accepted as a 2B.
The fact that you put Into Deep higher than this, and you only put Into Deep higher than Summer, because
you think this is catchier than Into Deep? You think this is catchier than Nothing?
I think Summer.
Nothing on my back.
I think the chorus in Summer is catchier and it's not as cheesy as Into Deep. Yes, I do.
Okay,
and I stand by it.
That's okay. See, like to me, your Summer is my Heart Attack, and Heart Attack happened this past time when I was at your house, and I was like, damn, this is so fucking good.
The song, so not like literally having a heart attack.
I haven't had one yet. But yeah, Heart Attack, I might have one at some point. I don't know. I can't tell
hopefully
for sure.
Neither of us do, but yes. It'd
be nice not to, but I'm not going to pretend that never going to happen.
Count it out.
Nothing on my back. Heart Attack, yeah, that's my 3B. This is where it's at, dude. Like deep cut banger. The verse is whatever, dude. The verse is very set up to sound very like Into Deep sounding or Good Charlotte. It's whatever. It's softer. It's kind of slower. It's kind of filler. But I'll tell you, man, that chorus is one of my favorite parts on this entire record. I think it's my favorite part on this record outside of Fat Lip.
Yeah, but
Take Fat Lip out, my favorite part of this record.
I get it. I mean, the chorus is seriously the best part of the song, but the lead up to it, the lead up is cool, it's fun, but it's not the greatest lead up into the chorus. Like, yeah, you have the clean guitar.
Dude, it's perfect lead up,
and then you get into the palm muted, you know, downstarts that and then it drops into the big chorus, and it's a great pop punk chorus.
Dude,
but everything else just doesn't.
I need to. It
doesn't quite hit.
Humble you for a second. What this lead up sounds like? It sounds like we're gonna go into like a Simple Plan. Like I'm just a kid.
Dude, I don't like Simple Plan.
I like Simple Plan. And then, but that's what this verse sounds like. It's very just cheesy, like the clean guitar, those notes, the doodle 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 doodle. Then when we get into the chorus, the and the is very Green Day, very chuggy, very heavy, very aggressive, very demure. And that's why this is better than you think it is, because it's leading you somewhere, and then drops you somewhere else.
Yes, it does. It does. But I understand what you're saying.
And
yes.
he's just yelling. anything. He doesn't seem like that any time other on this record, anywhere else on this record except for this song.
So you were just sitting here in the office with me in this little room that I'm in right now. You were just sitting here, and this song came on a couple weeks ago, and this is all going through your mind, but you didn't say anything.
I did say something.
Did you?
Yeah,
no,
Tammy was in the room. Yeah, Tammy was in the room at this point. She was laying on the floor, and the dogs were going crazy.
We're doing the purple thing.
Yeah, the purple. And then this song came on. I even said something. I was like, dude, this is really good. And I said,
I was really drunk.
I was like, the verse is not very good, but my God, this is one of the best choruses on this album. That's why like I pushed to do Sum 41 after, and then also the book or whatever. But it all just kind of like formulated and came to a head.
Yeah, okay.
It was good. But I did say something while we were listening to this. I was like, this is really fucking good. I think after this, we listened to Limp Bizkit, and then, or before this, we listened to Limp Bizkit.
No, we listened to Limp Bizkit after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we listened to Chocolate Starfish. Yeah.
Yeah, this got me like excited. This got me like pumped up. Like even now, just talking about it, that chorus is just so goddamn.
It's a great
good,
chorus, dude. It's a great chorus. I just listened to it right now because I
don't know, man. I might think this is my favorite chorus on the record. It's so good. I like it so fucking much.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's a really great song, but the chorus is incredible, but otherwise, it's cool.
It's very like Longview chorus, right? Like Longview chorus, the Billy Joel Armstrong. That's what he's doing here.
Yeah, it is very much like, obviously faster, but yeah, it's very, very much that. Okay, so Heart Attack. So we haven't talked about the lyrics much since Fat Lip, but this one is just about being really depressed post-breakup. I mean, all these songs are about being with a girl who doesn't treat him right or breaking up. Very of its time, very pop punk, very emo of its time.
Very basic.
And yeah, it's very basic. I don't think it's that great lyrically.
No, we can. Dude, the lyrics. I don't give a shit about these lyrics. I wrote lyrics for like the first 3 songs until Fat Lip, and I was like, okay, these are basic. And then I read them like, okay, motivation's about that. In Too Deep is about being in too deep. Okay, I get what's going on here.
They're pretty surface level, yeah.
I get what's going on here. So I really don't give a shit.
Okay, so your 3B, your 3-banger was Heart Attack. My 3B is Pain for Pleasure. The closer, the joke song. Yes, it's a joke song. But goddamn, dude, this song is such a fun metal, almost 2 minutes long. I think it's almost 2 minutes. Steve-O wrote this song. Supposedly, he wrote it in 10 minutes while he was shitting on the toilet. And yeah, this is just like kind of an homage to Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Metallica. This is what it is. And they made a whole story about the band.
Made a band.
So the band is called Pain for Pleasure. The song is called Pain for Pleasure. And so they did the song as a joke. They recorded a video as a joke, as the closer to the Fat Lip video, which we mentioned at the beginning of the episode. And yeah, they're all dressed differently. Steve-O is the singer this time. Derek is in the back playing drums.
Derek plays drums, dude.
And he's actually not a bad drummer.
He's not really a bad drummer.
Because I watched some live videos, and then the doc, which I'll talk about, he plays the drums live on that too, and he's really not bad.
There's one thing he does. I'm gonna interrupt you right now because I don't care. There's one thing he does on the drums too that I like a lot. Is when they do like the there's one part where he does a quick little like drum roll.
I think that's Steve-O though.
Oh, you're right.
I think Steve-O plays the drums on the record, but then
good,
live.
Huh?
Yeah. I don't think Derek does that live.
Yeah, it's too quick. You're right.
Ba-bum. Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about the quick little.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's always been like my favorite part. Like, oh, that's so good.
It's fucking really good.
No, you're right. That's more in line with Steve-O and the real drummer is doing.
Absolutely, but yeah, no, the riff, the main riff on this one, it's so early '80s, late '70s, but it's catchy as hell. And whenever you get the ba-da, you always want to do the arm thing. You want to go ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Like you got to move around. Like you're pumped, and then the lead guitar line is just it's so kind of elementary. It's kind of so elementary, but so goddamn good.
What he's playing like essentially by himself is like the dueling guitar parts of like Iron Maiden,
Yeah.
Judas Priest.
Yeah, exactly.
The diddling, 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 right?
Yes.
Those hammers and shit that they're doing. It's goofy. But dude, like the two other like vocal parts, the painful pleasure, like that lower register thing that I don't know how to describe how you're doing that with your mouth, but like when you hear it, you understand exactly how you're supposed to do it.
For pleasure. Yeah, it's very
almost like nasally up there and somewhere.
Yeah.
But then the ending part too, like,
and that's Dave. So the really high vocals are Dave singing like. I don't even know what he says.
Yeah, I don't know what he says.
It's like some Davey Havoc kind of sounding shit. You know, no idea what he's saying. But then Steve-O does the lower register.
Whoever in Guttermouth is fuck no, gotta find a reason, go. God, what a good song.
No, it is great. And so I have so when I bought the CD for Does This Look Infected? It came with a DVD because a lot of CDs at the time came with DVDs, and it came with Cross the T's and Gouge Your Eyes. So if you're watching the video, you'll see right here this DVD I have, and like I said, it came with the CD, and what it is, and I watched it today because I haven't watched it in probably 20. I literally have not watched this in 20 years, but I did watch it today, and it's fucking wild. I thought it was going to be like 20 minutes of just like pranks and music videos, 25 minutes, and that was it. Dude, it's like over an hour of stuff. So the first 15, almost 20 minutes is just the Pain for Pleasure documentary. They made a whole mockumentary about the band Pain for Pleasure, and it's fucking hilarious, dude. It's so fucking funny. Just some of the shit they say during this
there's
the interviews and they all have Scottish accents, like bad Scottish accents, except
like
Derek.
Scenes and fucking
dude, there's some wild stuff on here. And then after the mockumentary, the 20-minute mockumentary, then it just drops into like kind of a documentary about Sum 41, like a very, very loose documentary. But really, it just comes down to just all the shit that they recorded, like in the early days, up until the recording of Does This Look Infected? And dude, there's some funny shit. I know you watched a lot of clips on YouTube, but I don't know how much you watched that was actually on this DVD, because there's a lot of boobs on this.
Yes.
A lot of fucking boobs on this. And dude, these guys were bringing in a lot of women. Like a lot of this DVD were like,
they're in a band,
all college. Like they're going to college campuses, and there was one point on this where Derek and Steve-O go into this like college dorm. That's all like this girls' college dorm or whatever. And they're talking with these girls or whatever. And some like random dude comes up and he's like, "You guys got to go. You guys need to go right now. Right now, you guys need to go." And they get kicked out. And they come in with 2 girls and they leave with 6 girls.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Fuck yeah, we're gonna have a fucking great time. We're gonna have a fucking party. Fuck that guy. Fuck that asshole."
Dude, and Steve was always in a fucking Speedo, right? With that one, and they put like shaving cream on his butthole or some shit like that.
Dude, that
one
shit
of the
was
scenes.
so funny. Yeah.
And he wakes up. What are you
passed
doing?
out on the bed.
Nothing. Like this is, and of course, bro, they're Canadian, so they're probably really nice, right? They're not like your normal douchebaggy fucking Pennywise or Bad Religion or Blink even. They're goofy. They literally just want to have a good time. If they don't have money for alcohol, they're probably just going to steal it and then still give you some. So I can see why. I can see like everybody wanted to be with them. Everybody wanted to be them. Everybody wanted to be around them. And my God, it's just so much nudity from everybody.
Yeah.
I don't even know YouTube allows like nudity like that. They don't allow nudity like that?
Maybe, no, they don't normally, but I guess it flies under the radar because like who cares who's going to watch this, right?
Who's going to watch this? I know. There's so much man butt. There's so much man butt.
There's a lot of man butt. Like when they're pretending to fuck each other like in the hotels.
So much man butt.
Shit's so stupid. It's funny, but it's so fucking dumb and so of its time. And then also like some of the dumb pranks that they did reminded me of us like early high school, you know, where they got those giant fucking super soakers that were like fucking 4 feet long, and they would drive in a car and they pull up next to somebody on the sidewalk and just fucking start spraying them with like a high powered squirt gun or water gun and just destroy them with that. And it just reminded me of like the nickel story, the coin story.
Oh God.
With I'm not going to say who it was. Well, you tell the story.
It was
but you don't
Kyle.
say the guy's
It was friend of the pod, Kyle.
Okay.
So also that Super Soaker was a CPS 2000. Came out in like the late 90s.
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah. Because I like it was the mainline Super Soaker that you always wanted was like the SPS 60 or some shit. The green tube, and you pumped it, right?
But it was like the SP 50. That was like the one that everybody got, like the smaller squirt gun.
Yeah, it was like the
SP 50. Yeah, it was the standard. It was the SP 50, and then you got as you got bigger, the bigger ones, the bigger tanks, I should say, and you got the double tanks, the triple tanks.
Then there was backpack tanks.
Their backpacks
that, like, had a fucking hose that connected to the Super Soaker.
Yeah,
she had like full on wars with this shit, and it was just
so much fun.
Good times.
Super Soakers were so much fun.
Friend of the pod, Kyle, and one of the most embarrassing things. I feel really bad for this lady still, but it was still really funny. We're driving up a hill in his Tacoma, and he's going like 40. And the speed limit is 25 probably. Whatever the speed limit, he's going 15, 20 miles above it. And some lady's jogging, going the opposite way of us, and he's like, watch this. Rolls down my window, because I'm the passenger, he's the driver, reaching into the fucking cigarette holder, cup holder, grabs a handful of change, and chucks it at this lady. And
it's so bad.
I'm not going to pretend I didn't laugh, right? That's silly boy talk. But watching this lady like shield her eyes and like cower and fucking block her face and like, oh, it was just, man, that was top 5 like most funny moments I've ever had in my life. But like watching this reminding me of that when they're super soaking. They're driving by and then some guy just trying to like cross the street to go home after a hard day's work or some shit. And they roll down the windows and super soak him in the fucking face. And of course, like you don't just super soak a guy. Like you don't go for body shots, right? Everyone's shooting him in the face.
Straight for the face.
And these are good super soakers. These are ones that if you pump, because it's all about pumping, right?
Yeah,
it wasn't just like
you
click a button and it comes out at a certain PSI. It's like, no, the more you pump, the more it hurt.
And then it gets to the point where you pump it so much and you can't even pump it all the way down, so it's like halfway up, and you're like, okay, now this is at the maximum pump.
But then you put it on the ground. You put it between your legs, and then you use your body weight to, and gravity to pump it even more.
Yeah,
I want to pump it so much it's going to break. That's what I want, and that's what was happening on that.
It was. They would just douse these people with water. But in the end, the point was, it reminded me of a lot of the dumb shit that we did as a kid. Not even just you and I together, but just us with other friends.
Yeah.
How we would prank other people and each other, and man, we did a lot of stupid shit. And we can't get into a lot of it, but
I told my mom. For the first, she never heard the story about when we lit Matt on fire.
Oh my god,
over in
dude.
Woodgate. She's like, "You lit what?" I was like, "Yeah, we lit one of our friends on fire."
That was one of the most insane things that we ever did.
And there was a good turnout for that. Like there was a solid.
There was
turnout.
like maybe like 40 people that showed up. Yeah, that was crazy.
And I think we dumped gasoline on him. It was gasoline.
It was gasoline because he put on. I remember Matt put on like 10 or 15 T-shirts. And we put gas on him, and we were right next to the pool. So like it's like when we light him, he just jumps into the pool immediately, and we're good.
He was only on fire for like 5 seconds tops.
Yeah, if that.
But he was on fire.
He was. Yeah, I mean, he lit up like that. And I remember he was burned. Like his hair was singed, and his skin was burned like a gnarly sunburn, not like a second or third degree burn, but like a solid sunburn on the back of his neck because we lit his back. And he just dropped into that pool immediately. But, man, that was so stupid. And so many people showed up for that, to light Matt on fire. God, we were idiots.
There was
that was high school, dude.
That was high school,
dude.
There was a major, like, Union Pacific, Burlington Northern train route that went through our city. So we had a lot of fun dropping things onto the train, throwing things onto the train. Mm-hmm. Never any explosives on that. We made a lot of explosives, but never any explosives on trains.
Never, yeah, we never hurt anybody.
We're not terrorists.
We never hurt anybody.
Okay.
No, we're not. We're not. So yeah, let's get out of this. So what else we got here?
I'm just. I mean, we could just call it or whatever because there's not a whole lot to talk about here. We hit all the talking points.
No, we didn't talk about it. So Jerry Finn, he produced this record. Jerry Finn produced this record, and obviously everybody loves Jerry Finn. He did, Blink 182's "Enema of the State," "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket." He did the self-titled record. He did Green Day. He's done so many fucking great bands, and everybody who worked with Jerry had nothing but nice things to say about him. He did this record, All Killer No Filler. He unfortunately died in 2009, I think it was, from a brain aneurysm. He was like he was literally our age. I think he was like late 30s, maybe 40.
It's fucking scary.
Literally our age, and he died.
It's fucked up.
But he was incredible at what he did, and I don't think this is his strongest output as a producer. But then when you read Derek's, and I know you agree with me on this, but when you read Derek's book, this is 2001. He had already done Blink's Enema of the State. He had already done Toy Pash from Blink. Dude. He had already worked on Dookie. So much money
from Toy Pash already. Like,
so much money, and he's already got the street cred. He's got so much street cred.
He's ready to get fucked up.
And that's what they literally fucking did. Jerry, Derek, and the band, all they did was go to strip clubs, get fucked up, do a bunch of drugs. They were just they partied the whole time, to the point where Island Def Jam had to come in and say, you know what, Jerry, you need to calm down. Like,
they told the producer.
They told the producer, like, you need to chill out, and you need to get the band to chill out
on
because
the
you got to
first
finish
record.
Yeah, because Jerry was. But then it's also like Derek was like, he wasn't that, like, Jerry wasn't that bad. Like, we were way worse than Jerry, but he just loved to party too, and he would, and like,
he's
in
older
the end, like,
too.
Yeah, he was older than the guys. Yeah, he was like maybe 5 years older than the guys. Yeah, or maybe 10 years older than the guys.
But when they're like 19, 20, and he's like almost 30, right? That's a big difference versus 40 to 48 or whatever.
But also when we were 28, 29 years old, we still fucking went crazy partying. Both of us did.
That's true.
So, yeah. But in the end, yeah, so Jerry Finn produced it. And once again, I don't think this is his strongest record that he's done, but it's still fucking great, and it's still catchy as hell. The tones that he got out of all the instruments was incredible. I mean, Jerry Finn was honestly, he's unmatched. I mean, he's unmatched for this era, especially, and I think he's wildly underrated as a producer, as a mixer too.
I think he's adequately rated. Okay, because if we're taking like the big three here, let's take Half Hour Power out of it. Even though if we put it in, it looks worse for Jerry Finn. But let's take it out. They're big three, 1, 2, 3. This sounds the worst. This sounds just like, this is the most generic sounding compared to Infected and Chuck. And then also like Never Wake Up. The song Never Wake Up, that's my 5B. Dude, the verses are wild here because I wish there wasn't so much background harms. Like, why the fuck do you have so many background harms? And that's what he likes to do. Jerry Finn in this era likes to just fill up space that doesn't need filling up. Like, that's my biggest complaint about Enema. Shut the fuck up, dude. Let him play. Stop doing things. Stop like saying, hey, you should put an organ here. Hey, you should do this. Hey, you should do this. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Also, Travis, shut the fuck up. Relax, daddy. Chill. Daddy, chill. But yeah, I don't think this is a bad record produced by Jerry Finn. I don't think it's a good record produced by Jerry Finn. It's just something that he was there and maybe produced. But dude, Greg Norrie, he Sum 41 would not be anything without Greg Norrie. I do believe that. It sucks to say, and maybe we'll get into that before we do the wrap up because that's really sad. And I guess we could talk about something depressing before we wrap it up. But I don't think Sum 41 would be Sum 41 without Greg Norrie. I don't think their sound would be as amazing without Greg Norrie. I don't think we'd even be talking about All Killer No Filler if it wasn't for Fat Lip. If you took Fat Lip off of All Killer, we wouldn't be talking about this record.
Yeah, I don't think, not the same way, at least. I think we would know about this record, but I don't think it would be as iconic.
It would like we would. You take Fat Lip out of All Killer, we wouldn't be like, oh, this is the dark horse in their discography. Like, no, it'd just be like, yeah, this is their 4B. This is their fourth best. Mm-hmm. Like, for sure, right? Fat Lip elevates this, and they just got lucky with that one song. But like, dude, Infected is a better record. Chuck is a better record. Half Hour Power is a better record. All those
better songs
are sonically a better record. They sound better.
Okay, yes.
Like Fat Lip is the outlier here. The one song they really chose and picked to like be like, fuck man, this one has to work. And it was the last song supposedly, but I don't know, dude. This record's whatever's.
I mean, so in Jerry Finn's defense too, I mean, it's like So he engineered Dookie from Green Day. He did a bunch of shit throughout the late 90s. Obviously, he did Enema of the State from Blink and Toy Patch, like I said. And that was all before he did this record. So he hasn't even done Blink's Untitled record yet, which I think is his magnum opus. Like, that is literally the greatest thing Jerry Finn has ever done, is that Blink self-titled record.
Of course.
So I think he's just right. I mean, once again, he was partying a lot. He was doing a lot of shit. I think this is just like he was writing the high of Enema and Toy Patch, and coming off of just like, this is how we've been making the records. This is what kind of guitar sound we need. This is the kind of drum tone we need. This is what I think should be in the chorus. This is how you should try to do this part, do that part, whatever. So I think it was very formulaic in the pop punk realm of Blink 182. And I think that's what he is. I think he just approached this record as a Blink 182 record. That's just what it comes down to. A Blink record.
And like, I think that Jerry Finn too also put all of his eggs in like the Blink basket, because he produced a lot of records in like the late 90s, early 2000s era. Stuff that like, even almost like Josh Freese, right? Like, hey, Josh Freese, remember you played that one record? Like, I don't fucking remember that shit. Jerry, like, MXPX, right? Like, he produced MXPX shit. Like, do you think he remembers everything? Probably not. It was just a paycheck. Like, he was doing 4 or 5 albums a year sometimes. Like, that's crazy.
And what's funny is like when people who worked with Jerry, they would always say like he had this massive collection of just like analog equipment, amps, fucking just everything,
Guitars,
everything analog,
amps.
guitars. Just like he owned so much stuff, and they used so much stuff on these records. But then once it gets to the mixing stage, at times it doesn't even matter at a certain point, especially once you start getting into like the more digital age. Like, yeah, you could use as much analog equipment as you want, but once it goes into the mixing stage, then it's just like it becomes the loudness wars. That's just what it comes down to. So who cares at that point? But then once you hit Blink's Blink, the self-titled record, then it's just like, then at that point, I feel like Jerry's expertise and what he had equipment-wise, that flourished on that particular record. I think this is just a victim of circumstance. I think All Killer No Filler is just a victim of circumstance. I think this is just the era of that we're in. Yeah, it's a paycheck. It's the era we're in. This band, they're literally nothing. This is their first record. They are nothing. So it's like, yeah, I just want to party with these dudes who I'm having a blast with. So yeah, the record is almost like secondary at this point.
And it's just, dude, I think like Jerry Finn's like pet project, like the thing that he wanted to see through is Blink. Like Blink is, and if you were alive and you asked like, what are you most proud of? I think it would be Blink's Blink. I think.
Also, I don't think a lot of bands challenge Jerry the way that Blink did. Because when you when you get Enema of the State, let's go like full pop punk with Enema of the State, and Jerry just fucking goes for it. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Okay, that's whatever. I think he kind of co-produced the Boxcar Racer record, and we get a little bit darker or whatever. And I think Tom DeLonge is the one that pushed Jerry Finn to do something different. And then by the time we get Blink's Blink, like it's the push that Jerry received from other artists. Like I feel like when Sum 41 went into the studio with them, he already had this track record of working with Green Day and Blink. And they're like, okay, just do whatever you need to do. We trust everything you do, Jerry. Just fucking do it. And there was no push. There's no push from the band. But with Blink and Tom specifically, and probably Travis too, but mostly Tom, like there was, I mean, that's really where Jerry shined, was with some push. Like almost like he's the fourth member of the band or another member of the band.
He definitely was the fourth member of Blink-182. Like absolutely. But he got better, right? Like he produced AFI, right? He produced helped produce Sing the Sorrow. Wiretap Scars from Sparta. He helped with that. Yeah. He did some Alkaline Trio. He worked with fucking Bad Religion for many years.
Yeah. He's already
been doing darker, kind of like heavier, deeper stuff before Blink's Blink. But then you look at after Blink's Blink, like the only thing I don't know that he really did that was kind of like, damn, that was deep, dude, was Plus 44.
I mean, I know you may not agree because you probably haven't really heard this record or remember hearing this record, but he did a Tiger Army record. He did their fourth record. And Tiger Army is a very kind of dark band. Like they have very dark themes musically, lyrically, and all that shit that Jerry's not used to. Even like from like, there's a lot of dark stuff on Blink's record and AFI's, but Tiger Army and the way Nick 13 writes music, it's way darker, way more depressing, melancholic, and all that kind of shit. And he did their fourth record, but he made it more palatable to pop audiences.
But like, I mean, still after Plus 44.
It was right before. No, it was right after. I think he did Plus 44, and then he did that Tiger Army record. I think like they're like right next to each other, because the Plus 44 came out in late 06. Tiger Army came out in early 07. That
so
Tiger Army record.
Let's give it the Tiger Army, maybe the outlier, like the one thing. But like essentially after Blink's Blink, Jerry Finn was like, okay, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve as a producer. I'm good, right?
Yeah.
Because like, what did he do after that? That like is like pushing the envelope of music, that is challenging our ears. But even like Plus 44, it's not challenging anything. It's just dark as fuck. And
even Tiger Army though, like, you know, Psychobilly. Who listens to Psychobilly? Nobody does. But with that, but hear me out. With that Tiger Army record, Forever Fades Away was the big single off of that, and Tiger Army had never played a late night show. They had never been on MTV. They had never been on K-Rock. Nothing. But that track, that single, that record was the one that kind of catapulted them. And they did all of that. They played on Letterman. They played on Leno. They were on MTV. They were on K-Rock. Tiger Army were in a lot of different places because of that record that Jerry Finn did in 07. So I mean,
or because like post 2005 era MTV struggling for ratings anyway, and they're already on the downhill. Yeah. So like, hey, this is fucking do Tiger Army. Didn't Nick 13 do his album after that Tiger Army record before the next Tiger Army
the country record?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the country record in like 2010 or 2011.
It's like the gap between the Tiger Army record you're talking about versus the next Tiger Army. Who gives a fuck about Tiger Army?
I fucking love Tiger Army. I love that fucking band so much. And we're going to do them on the pod again. We'll do it again. But anyway.
When did we do Tiger Army?
We did Power of Moonlight. We did the second record. Like, it might be a lost episode now. It might be a lost episode.
It lost on me. I don't even fucking remember it.
Oh, fuck you. That's crazy. I love Tiger Army so much. All right. So yeah, Jerry Finn produced this record. We've got so many tangents today.
So many tangents.
Jerry Finn produced this one, and once again, I mean, Greg Norrie, like bringing Greg Norrie into this. Yes, there have been allegations from Derek Whibley against Greg Norrie and grooming and a lot of sexual stuff, and it's not right. It's fucked up.
So much sexual stuff.
It's so fucked, dude. It's so fucked.
I don't mean to laugh at like his plight, but the way he just casually says like, oh yeah, we just jacked each other off a couple times. I was like, bro,
he was pretty casual about it. You're right. He was pretty casual about it.
So like, if he can be casual, I can laugh.
Yeah.
And of course, because you read it, I listened to the audiobook, which was narrated by Derek Whibley. He's Canadian, Britland. And it's just the way he says it was just
Canadian Britland.
I don't care. Whenever anybody says jacked each other off, that's funny. Those are funny words.
Yeah.
Those are funny words. I don't give a fuck. I will always laugh at that. Don't care.
But anyway, yeah, Greg Norrie did the records outside of, or he did Half Hour of Power. He did Infected, and he did Chuck. And
I'm not saying he's a better producer than Jerry Finn. Like,
he's just he's a different approach.
He just understands what Sum 41, how they started, because he met them before they were Sum 41. Essentially,
when Derek was like 15.
Yeah, and then he understands like where they wanted to be as a band and where they were as musicians and who Derek was as a songwriter throughout the years. And so like and he really like Greg Norrie really wanted to produce All Killer, but there's way too much money involved. And they're like, no, not gonna happen, bro. But I do think Infected and Chuck sound so much fucking better than All Killer. That's not a knock to Jerry. Agree. It's just you can't win them all, dude.
I think out of all of the original run, the OG run of the band, I think Infected sounds the best. Damn, I honestly feel Infected sounds the best. It's not my favorite by any means, but yeah, I think it sounds the best.
But like, dude, Chuck, the heavy parts of Chuck, dude, heavy parts of Chuck sounds so good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, you're right. I
don't know.
All right, so let's wrap it up. I mean,
let's get out of here. Let's call it. Let's do it.
Let's call it. So final thoughts on this record. Then we'll rate the record based off of our 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album, give it a shot, and 0 is a drain pour. I mean, not a drain pour. 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. This is not the beer rating system. Jesus Christ. So yeah, 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. What do you got? Go.
2.25.
Really?
It's low.
For all killer?
But they're
all killer?
I know it's called all killer, no filler, but there is filler. There are songs on here that I think there is one song on here that I think is not good. Handle This. I think that's just not a good song. There are deep cuts, but All She's Got, Handle This, Summer's kind of whatever. I wouldn't even talk about Summer too. I
read it talk about Summer.
I know, but we didn't talk about like the fact that I don't remember if Derek said in his book, but the original plan for Summer was every record they would do, they're going to do a different rendition of Summer in the vein of whatever. Like, so Chuck would have a metal rendition of Summer, which I thought like was a fucking brilliant idea, and that's so goddamn cool. And I think that'd be so fucking amazing if it was a secret song or the last song of the record throughout their entire career. And then B, I thought like, oh, that's cute. You guys think that you'll be together forever. Right? That's a very like, that's cute. That's a good ambitious thing, but they abandoned that essentially here. But yeah, there are songs here, dude. Rhythms, right? Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, great. I think Rhythms is a great song. That's like a top 5B for me. You don't think so?
Okay, no, it's not. It's solid filler. It should be called All Killer, Solid Filler, because there's nothing wrong with good filler. Nothing wrong with that. It's good.
You're wrong, but okay.
2.25. It's not. I think that the only reason why we even hold this in such high esteem is because technically it's their first record, and Fat Lip. That's why we're talking about this. If Half Hour Power was actually their first record and it's official on the books, and Fat Lip was not on this record, we wouldn't be doing this. No, of course not.
Okay. All right.
2.25.
2.25 for you. So final thoughts on here. I think this is an absolutely fantastic pop punk record. I think every song has its own kind of character to it. I think that it has a every song is extremely catchy. Because once again, like I said at the beginning of the episode, like we're gonna go through every song and say, well, this riff is really fucking good. This fucking vocal melody is super fucking catchy. It's great pop punk. That's literally every song on here, whether it's cookie cutter or not. I don't care. The song is fun to listen to front to back. It's a half hour long. And another song actually we didn't talk about, Nothing on My Back. Dude, this song is so fucking underrated.
That's my 4B.
It's my 4B as well. It's so fucking underrated. I just want to say that.
Very Green Day underrated sounding, like the instrumental break. That's very Green Day sounding, but goddamn. And it builds so nice in that shouty outro chorus thing.
Mm-hmm. And then when it gets quiet, it's like nothing on my back, and it's just the bass, like Cone's bass line. Yeah. Nothing on my back.
Cone's got cool parts. Not a good bass player by any stretch of the imagination, but he's got cool parts. I like when you allow, like, oh, that's cute. That's normal bass players. Yeah, that's cute. Let him come in for a butt. Come and play, Jimmy. Come and play. Cone, Skip, come and play for a minute. So it's always cute when you let the bass players do their thing for a second.
There it is. And then
it's so rude.
It's so rude. So that's another thing too with this record is it's in the bridges of these songs, they love to just kind of stop everything, and then it's just Derek and Cone just doing their thing, and then it builds back up into something else. They love to do the stop, bass break up into or bass build up into everything else.
The only two members that have been on every single album.
That's true. Yeah, Cone and Derek are the only ones. You're right.
But there's only one original member that's been on every single album, and that's Derek.
That's Derek, dude. Yeah, Cone was not the OG bass player. He was not. I forgot the original bass player, but anyway, it doesn't matter. He never played on a record.
It's a bass player.
I know. Who gives a fuck about bass players? They're idiots. Just kidding. So with that being said, I will give All Killer No Filler. I will give this a 2.75 out of 3. I think this record is so much goddamn fun front to back. I love this record. But yes, there are some parts that it's just a little too formulaic. Still good, but formulaic, so it's not quite perfect. So there you go. 2.75 out of 3 for me.
Good. Not bad.
All Killer No Filler.
Not a bad day. God is good.
Not at all. God is always good.
God is always good.
So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, you smash that subscribe button, dude. That's what the kids say. So that's all we have for this episode. And that's it. That's all. Self-titled season coming up.